Greetings, projectile specialists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Cosmoteer, episode 13, Sniper Ship. Alright, so let's do the room assignments. Or actually, let's fill up the crew as much as we can. So now we have full crew. Alright, so now room assignments. Oh boy. I don't have a lot of people able to work in this area, which is a bit of a problem. So is there anything missing? Got my engine blocks. I think I'm missing some shields. Yeah, so these side shields don't have anyone working them. There we go. I'm sure I missed something. Without a doubt. But let me go ahead and do a little bit of a stress test. And run another raffle for the name of this Railgun boat that you all voted on. So it's not very fast moving. Oh, do I have everyone on board? Or did I just ditch people? I do that a lot. I think everyone's on board. So there was times where the sensor just goes off because I don't have a lot of people dedicated to the sensor. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. So let's have... two of the quarters man the sensors, and then these also man sensors as well. Trying to keep the sensors on to take advantage of the range. Who the heck jumped out? Why'd you jump out? I didn't even... Silly. Alright, here we go. It is a bit different to control railboats, so this might be a little trial and error. So the engagement range here... Oh, this is only an instigator. Okay. Oh, you can already see the rails firing. And I haven't even started to feather it. So the way the rails work is you want to rock your boat back and forth so that pick a target, and oh, this one's already dead. I already killed the ship. All right, so pick a target, the small reactor core, select the rail launchers to pick that specific target. I don't really care what the disruptors are doing. And then rotate your ship so that the rails line up with that target and sort of swing it back and forth. So every time you pass in front, your rails launch. I don't know why my engagement range is so, like, point blank right now. Because it could be as far back as, like, this. But you sort of get the idea. I'm piloting this horribly because I'm rusty at rails. And there we go. So you just sort of swing back and forth and gun it, and ideally from a really far distance. Not that I accomplished that in this fight. But I'll try for the next one. Oh, you know, these back rails don't have workers either. There we go. Now the accelerators are fully powered. Oops. All right, new target. I think one of the biggest improvements to make to this would be to upgrade the all of the large to mega for thrusters for just like efficiency's sake. Oh, yeah, we might as well sell to this base. The Morbius base. Hey, we have the Cathanon. All right. Never mind. They don't want to buy anything that I have. They didn't want, like 22 diamonds. They didn't want to buy it. All right, I'll go back to the station so I have more loot space. Yeah, it did look like it was trying to use the disruptors, which, you know, I'm not going to want to use unless I get real close. So I'm going to just simply turn them off. No need to disrupt. We'll just pop them through. Pop through their shields. All right. Did I really make that much money off of salvage in that last fight? That's hard to believe. There's no way I got that many diamonds. I think it's just diamonds from breaking down all the beam weapons that I hadn't actually sold. So it does look like I'm keeping the radar array up, which is good. I have a hard time. What is going on with my range here? Is it saying that I could fire from anywhere? No, that's just not right. There we go. Now I can see the lines. So the real advantage, if I have enough reverse thrust, is I can punch these things way before they get to me. Oh, yep, that one's dead. Way before they get to me, allowing me to be a sniper boat. And my center rails are just... should be pretty devastating. Alright. So, right there is the optimal range. If I can catch this thing. I can't because I don't have the good thrusters. Come back! Oh, here it comes. Aim for the crew. Ho ho ho. And it's so... Bye! Oh man, they didn't even get close to me. I need a stronger enemy, I think. So I will get paid to find one. And if there's tri-steel at this station, I'll upgrade some of the thrusters. Yeah, they have a little bit of tri-steel. So here's what I would want to do. So, something like that for reverse. Reverse, interestingly, is going to be really, really important in this design. But I think the first forward thruster I'm going to put in is this one. So I can make this so already. That's a bit too expensive. So, make that so. There we go. That should give us some nice forward juice. Yeah, they only have 6 tri-steel. So I'm going to buy all their tri-steel. And then head to, like, one more station. Where do they want me to search? Visit 4 to 6? Sure. We'll do that next. U-worm. The U-worm is up. This way. Now I'm moving about almost 80 meters per second. When I'm not... What's with the wobble? Why are you guys wobbling? I don't see that anything's running low on power. So I don't get... Oh, yeah, this one's running out of power. Okay. I'll probably need to put additional people on the engine sections in back. You know, I just realized I don't have hyperdrives on this thing. I'm not getting anywhere. There we go. Oh, there's a target in front of us. Happily. Sign me up. This feels like cheating sometimes. Where you just like, from downtown. Poof. It was angled in a really not fortuitous way to defend it from that attack kind of way. Oh, yeah, they have a good amount of tri-steel here. All right, so let me create a wish redesign. So we're going to want to... yeah, I guess I originally had hyperdrives built into this design, and clearly that's not the case anymore. I took them out. So hyperdrive efficiency would be wonderful if I could plop them there. Here we go. There we go. Pretty good efficiency. So the ammo is now right next to the loader, which is easy peasy. And I just need Hyperium and crew access to that, but it will have it right there. Alright, and then the other wish list was to add additional thrusters, so do reverse thruster. Still have the tri-steel for that. Forward thruster. Still have the tri-steel for that. Side thrust. Add a tri-steel. So this is as far as we're going to get for now. All right. I like it. Oh, the nearest power here is really terrible. Yeah, because I moved the power room. I didn't adjust for the change of power rooms. There we go. Okay. Now we can jump. So we're having no power disruptions moving forward, which is good. I might want to reassess the labor here, because this is real messy. But, I don't know. We'll see how this operates in the more dangerous area. So, the current priority is fine-tune the Cathodon. Hey, Zero! How's it going? Didn't I have fuel? I could have swore I had fuel. Jeez. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Just mine the fuel. Okay, never mind. This is maybe not efficient. I'll kill someone for the fuel. Hey, you guys. Prepare to die for your fuel. By stiletto. So if I really want to snipe, one thing I can... There's two different modes. There's the, like, standoff from a super far distance mode, where my rails... only my long rails fire. And then there's the closer mode, where I have 4 rails. So there's different engagement distances, depending... Whoa, I lost a rail there, though. Oh. Yeah, I see that. It's because the side rails changed the shield, so I totally don't have coverage in the front, which is a big ol' mistakey. Alright, it's a mistake that I'm going to eat the cost of for being dumb. So I'm going to have to go to port and fix that. In fact... So if I wanted to fix that lack of an overlap... This might be enough. So tiny side rails for just extra support. So we'll see. Again, fine-tuning, not my strong suit. for rails. When I play this for myself to prepare for this miniseries, I mostly use like beams and lasers. Having to spend ammo got tiresome to me. Not that I'm unwilling. Okay, so it's a real lack of tri-steel. That's what's going on here. But I have plenty of fuel. Yeah, there's only one tri-steel in this station. Oh, now there's not... Oh, there we go. Someone... Okay. So is this better? One of the things that it does open up in this new design is I can move some of these beds closer to the action, which is going to be really handy. Okay. Yeah, that's way better coverage. The disruptors, I think I'm actually just gonna ditch altogether. I don't see a situation where we're gonna really use them. And then let's do more reverse rockets to be agile beast. So this is invalid. Oh, yeah. There's one little armor section. Okay, so I can make this so. Let me add a little flair to it. Okay. Don't need that door. So there's a little gap of shielding here, but it's not too bad. And it does keep my front rails actually protected for once. I'll save this. And then we'll redo the work order roster. Because it's all sorts of bananas right now. So I'm going to select them individually, delete them, and then reissue the orders. Okay. So here we go. These guys. You work the shields, and the backup rails, and this thruster block. You guys work the entire rail segment, except for the loaders. And then the thruster blocks. You guys work the thruster blocks and shields and rail loaders. Both of the rail loaders. You guys work both thruster blocks, shields. You guys work front shields and thrusters. And then you guys work the loaders, the sensors, and the engine. Okay. This group might need more assignments, so I'll have them work the backup rails as well as the long rail. I just want, like, make sure that the long rail is well staffed. Okay. It's probably not very efficient, but whatever. I'll have to do. All right, let's jump to the harder zone. There's no Hyperium here, though. Rude. can't jump to that. I'm a little worried that if I jump, I won't be able to go for the hyper jump. But we move it about 80. And then we should also be able to turn a dime with all the thrusters that we have and be able to reverse like crazy. You could use some tuning up, like in real life. Me too. All right, time to put it to the stress test. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of improvements to be made, but at least I get to demonstrate rails now, too. So everything in this zone is probably a bit harder than the previous. It is higher ranked up. This ship is obviously a big bruiser. And it can't get close to me because I'm backing up too fast. I'm just slicing it open. Bye! God, that is effective. Everyone back to ship, because I think this is coming to attack me. So I kind of like attacking it at max range, which I'm almost... Oh, well, I'm already there. It also has a rail loader, but it doesn't have accelerators like I do. So it can't reach me, so I can just snipe it from a distance. Going for the reactor core now. Pop. Pop, pop, goes another ship. I just bumped it hard. Alright, there we go. I like the design. It's fun to be a sniper boat. Whoa, that was a level 8. I fast-forwarded time a bit faster than I meant to. So I got a lot of things to loot here. They just keep coming at me and I just keep sniping them. I feel like Hanzo or something. But I would say this is pretty effective. I don't think it will scale up, especially in group fights, when I have to fight a lot at once. But the small scraps that I'm finding myself in, it's pretty effective. Oh, that's a pirate base. Steer around. I guess the real test will be, can I take out a pirate base with this design? Like, is it possible to snipe them efficiently enough to deal with a pirate base? Some lateral lasers or point events would help from flanking. Yeah, it would. The thing is, as you get to fight stronger enemies, the amount of like, I find it better to specialize than to generalist, as being specialist at higher levels allows you to be a bit more effective, I think. It's the same reason why I'm not mixing weapon types at this level. So let's see. Is there a... Yeah, here's a pirate base that we can go after immediately. Let's see how I fare. If I can outsnipe them. With all the rockets I have on the front of the boat, I think I'll be able to backpedal fast enough that they can't close the distance, but it really depends on their ship design. Oh, man. Yeah, being an agile boat. They just can't. They can't contend with this meta. I haven't had any problems so far. I'm actually attacking this one way closer than I even need to. So here's the base itself. So I'll set an attack, a long rail attack on it. And aim for core. I want to see this shot in slow-mo. Come on, where's the fire? Do I have to get a little closer? I thought it was within range. Here, a little closer. I might need to fan it, though. Why aren't you firing? Oh, is it dead? Oh, yeah, okay, that would... I'm an idiot. That would explain it. Moving into position, here we go. So here's the rails. Gone. Oh man. It's fun. I will admit that. Alright, so for this stomper, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try all 4 rails within range, instead of going for the long snipes. Still works. It's not as safe. But oh my lord, I wish I had a salvage ship. It's a lot of stuff. I just need like a giant storeroom in the back of this ship to be able to deal with the amount of loot. But yeah, that fight was fun. Just completely snipe smoked. What I can try to do for entertainment's sake is just to continually go to harder zones until, like, I'm at my capacity of dealing with the enemies. You know? Just go until it's too difficult for this meta. But, that's a little bit of honor. I mean, this was only a level 6, pirate base, so it wasn't that much harder than the one. It's pretty much the same difficulty as the other ones I've been doing, so that was a somewhat of an ineffective test. So I will test better by jumping to a harder zone here in a second. So So where can I go from here? We'll go to the 6 to 8. So Alpha Vitu Blood, whatever that is. Which is this one. "10 hours and still going." Indeed. It is a marathon. Whoa. Alright, they're jumping me immediately. That's a very fast ship right there. Let's slow down time. Try to set up an engagement range that is reasonable for us. Being jumped right at the gate doesn't make this a good test necessarily, because a huge part of the strength of this design is to put distance between us and the target, so jump straight out of the gate is not really a good stress test. Yeah, because they're already knocking things out. And for whatever reason, the rails aren't fanning towards it. There we go. But yeah, I didn't actually line up the rails to fight correctly in that. So let me load the quick save and actually not race past it. Did the base mark get made? It did. You just you missed it. All right, so here we go. This should be a little bit better than last time. So I'm going to have my main rails aim for their large cannon. Missed, but not by much. There we go. Large cannon's gone. We'll go for the small reactor core. And ship's scrapped. As long as I don't make critical errors, the ship can handle, it seems like. It's the user error which is dangerous. Alright, now we'll go for 2. On this ship design, we'll just go for their heavy blaster. No, actually, just aim for the reactor core. Done. One shot. On you, aim for your reactor core too, because you're identical. Done. Bye. That was fun. Did take a little bit of damage, but nothing I can't patch up. So what station am I... Oh, you know what? I don't even have a quest to go to a specific station because I didn't have a quest to come to this region. So we'll just hop around until we find a station. And yeah, I'm not even looting that stuff, I know. But we should end up finding some pretty interesting enemies in this zone, more so than the last one, because this is a more difficult zone. Wow, I can't chase this down. Clearly, these enemies are using even bigger rockets. So if I want to use my meta, I'm going to need to design my ship to counteract their strong thrust. Oh, that sounds wrong. Alright, so there's my desired engagement range at maximum rail range. And I will aim for their core. This one has a large shield gen, but that's nothing for souped up rails, as you can tell. Poof. I like sniper boats. They're not very versatile, but oh my god, they're fun. Well, my hold is full. I need to find a station out here to sell to. You're not a station, you're a target. This is probably not a station because it's pretty close to the target. Oh, it is. No, I'm just wrong. I like how it gave me a quest to contact its own station. Interesting. This station isn't offering up any pirate base destroying bounties, though. That would be the real test of this design. And let's wish list. So I haven't really been using the reverse engines as much. Let's see here. I do have... No, I don't have the tri-steel for this. So, this is my desired redesign once I have the tri-steel for it. So, heading out to the next station. Sniping everything on the way. It would be cool if the game sort of gave you a rough estimate of like what your star rating would be. Sounds like I'm JoJo or something. But yeah, but what your rating would be. Right, this guy seems to be following me, so I'm gonna explain how that is a mistake. Oh, you have such a dinky ship with a giant hole in the front? That's what I thought. Bye. Man, that thing can move, though. This is an interesting design. A bunch of... so this has a missile and mine launcher in the front. Its design name is Backup. That's funny. And it's gone. Oh, you're going to turn around for me? Perfect. Shoot it right in the cockpit. Almost. There we go. Right in the cockpit. I'll mark down the debris, but I don't know if I'm going to really make an effort to go salvage too much, because my, haven't really needed the money. I'll take a little. I could try to add some missiles to this boat as like an extra aside. Maybe I'll do that. Whoops. I haven't demoed missiles, and that would be probably the last major group other than like flak, but flak is not exactly an attack weapon, it's a defense weapon. Oh, whoops. I'm trying to talk to a cannon platform. Yeah, no wonder they rejected that call. I don't blame you. So, destroy pirate base, rated as a 9. We'll try that. See if I can handle. Thank you for tuning in to Cosmoteer, which originally streamed live on Twitch April 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that this was a one-time only mini-series, and also a beginner's plays, so I'm not really looking for gameplay, tutorial, and feedback help. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timer to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers that supported the miniseries, and viewers also like you that made it all the way to the credits and support the channel. So thank you so very much. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Cosmoteers.